Our topic is feedback, and successful feedback must be personalized feedback. Feedback must include not only students' prior knowledge into the design of personalized feedback, but also motivational variables. Students' intrinsic motivation, in particular, perception of their competence, and fear of failure. Praise students' effort and persistence rather than their intelligence or skill. It will help your students see that growth takes time, commitment, and determination. Be honest, specific, and constructive. Accompany your critique with specific suggestions students can use to improve learning. Provide opportunities for students to act upon your feedback, creating a feedback loop. Offer feedback on what is working and what is not, and have them practice, try again, and continue the loop. Relate your feedback to identified learning objects and thought processes. Structure your feedback such that it promotes dialogue. Use open-ended questions to make students reflect on their learning process. For example, what part of today's studies do you feel more confident of? Or how do you think you could continue studying this topic on your own? When giving feedback, you may choose to use the sandwich method. Start by telling them something that you're doing well and asking them what they're confident of. Comment on an area that needs improvement and how they can improve it. Ask for other methods of studies that might work for them. Finish with a positive comment and leave space for your students' questions. Feedback works best when you create a non-judgmental environment where the student is unafraid to try and fail. Making mistakes and failing provides them with much value to learn independently. You should also praise students for utilizing tutoring services, which represents a strategic attempt to overcome academic barriers. Students with a fixed mindset often get discouraged when initially struggling because they are convinced that the material is too difficult for them or that they are not smart enough to get it. By reinforcing their accomplishments during the session, tutors instill confidence in their students, encourage students to embrace challenges and be fascinated by mistakes. Also, let your student know that there were many instances when you struggled academically, but that working hard can lead to positive results. Independent learning should be the ultimate goal of feedback. Individual students require different levels of challenge and support. Tutors must use their discretion to determine the appropriate balance, though. For example, consider the following scenario. A student attends tutoring sessions every week, even though they fully understand the material. Through positive reinforcement and support, tutors can challenge such students with the following suggestion. You've done such a great job over the past few weeks. I recognize your progress. Perhaps we should skip next week's session. I think you can master the material without me. If you have a problem, though, you are always welcome to come back. Consequently, the student feels confident in their academic abilities and attempts to complete the material alone. The tutors succeeded in fostering a sense of reflective learning and autonomy. Be aware of your nonverbal communication. Always display openness with your facial expression, making eye contact with your students. Use positive body language. Show interest. Remove any physical barrier between you and your student, and of course, smile. Continually ask your students to give you feedback on your tutoring approaches and what you could do differently to support their learning. Reciprocal feedback is essential.